Hi everyone, welcome to Motorgrapher channel. I am Barry Xia. I'm a photographer and content creator. Today I'm going to share my 1 week experience with the ZONTES 155 and my road experience and what I faced and what I feel about this bike. You want to know more? Keep watching. I want to thank Hong Kong agency for giving me this opportunity to try out this bike for 1 week. So I ride for a week on the roads, in jams, and really push the bike to the limit. So for a start, I'll be sharing a bit on the specs and the key things about this bike. If you want to know more about the bike, I can leave the link below for you to check out on their website on all the specific description of the specs of the bike. Alright, so now let's talk about the key features and the highlights of this bike. So basically this is a ZONTES 155cc motorcycle. It comes with the LCD intelligent digital controller, which is a speedometer, the LED headlight. It comes with USB port, you know, the dual USB port for your handphone charging, which I find it very useful. Because when I first started my 2B, I had to install one on my own. And if your wiring isn't done well, you can just short circuit your own bike, your own harness. So I'm glad that now newer bikes has this. Then followed by a 20-liter gasoline tank. So yeah, it is quite big for a 155. So you can just imagine how long you need to pump once. And a nice textured seat. So it has a very nice texture on it so that you won't slide in front. If let's say brake, your pillion won't slide onto you. So that is also one of the big points that I really like. Then also the anti-scald exhaust pipe. Okay, I'm not sure whether you face this, but some of your friends might have faced it, especially when they're pillion. So I first burned my pillion's leg, my wife leg when I ride my Phantom. Then she burned another one on my Super 4. Fortunately for my Hayabusa, well, it was an aftermarket exhaust, so it did not burn her and it was out of the way. So this type of anti-scald exhaust pipe, I find that it should be in all bikes, especially class 2 bikes, class 2A bikes as well, all bikes. Because we may be riders, we are much more familiar with the bike, how it runs, how we mount the bike, how we ride our bike. But for pillions, right, not everyone, they only know they sit. So sometimes they just sit, but they do not know that which part of the bike to be aware of. So that's why I find this is one of the good points. Other than that, it has a spoke off-road design running on tubeless tires. So for these rims, you are able to have more options for more different type of tubeless tires. That is also one of the nice design feature that it has. So other than that, other than the basic features, right, what other things that it comes with? It comes with crash bar, it comes with the slider, it comes with the lever protector, and bar end mirrors, especially when we always like to modify our bikes with bar end mirrors. This one comes with it. Okay, when you purchase the bike, this is the whole set. So I find that it is really, I can say, 2B bike ready. For new riders, this is all prepared for you. Because when I first got my Honda Phantom the last time, the first thing I will look for is crash bar. Why crash bar? You know, we are new. It's not really much more about the accident, but if you drop your own bike, you know, with the crash bar, at least you can protect it a bit more. All these protection accessories usually will cost quite a bit. Since it comes with the bike, right, it actually saves you quite a lot of money. And the dry weight of this bike is 128 kg, so it's actually quite light to handle. So I tried an experiment, as you can see from the video. My wife just putting it down and bring up the bike. So you can see from here that it is a light bike to start off with. Right, so for internally, the cooling system is liquid cool and the body is aluminium alloy. So for this bike, you have up to 6 gears to actually run the bike. And it runs on wet clutch. So let me talk a bit about ZONTES. So ZONTES is from China. They actually have a manufacturing plant in China. And they are also aware that because this whole brand, this bike is actually China made, there's a lot of skepticism happening in actually worldwide. So they are actually focusing in giving out quality. So instead of the usual China bikes that actually take parts from company A, company B, company C to make into a bike, they actually manufacture 90% of the bike, and that is just for production. So there's some small little parts that is still OEM, but most of it, 95%, are self-manufactured in their own plant. So they are focused more in quality control, and they want to prove that this bike will be able to cut down the skepticism. So I tried the bike, and I'm quite impressed when I actually push it, because I have not tried other China bikes actually before, but I did have a fair share of 2B bikes, even though they are quite new. But then when I push it, the engine seems to be really struggling. For this bike, not really. So I've been pushing the bike quite a lot. So when it comes to fuel consumption, I will touch on that later. So as it is a China bike, you can understand that it is much more affordable. The parts is much cheaper, but I just want to let you know that cheaper does not mean it's worse. And nowadays, more expensive does not mean it's better. So all I can say is, if you really want to know about the quality of the bike, do come down to their showroom and check it out yourself. Don't take my word for it. Just go down and see. Because this is my point of view. In this review, I'll be sharing about what I feel about the bike. But all I can say is that this bike is not for everyone. Okay, we all have our own preferences. I'm sharing my experience with this bike in a neutral point of view. So let me share about my road experience with ZONTES. So I first tried some lane splitting. So you can see in the video, I tried lane splitting through a jam around Bishan Road area, and I was a bit worried. Honestly, I'm a bit worried. I'm a bit worried about the bar end mirrors, because I think this is the first bar end mirror bike that I've ridden. The other ones are all mounted much more inner, the normal mirror mounts. So I was expecting it to be, I was seeing like, okay, is it too wide for me to go through? But in the end, I think I'm overthinking. I managed to slide through very easily, and for handling wise, it's easily manageable. Okay, and the next one is for the pillion. Okay, so the pillion seat, you can see that it has a good, nice texture, so that the pillion won't just keep on falling forward. But I find that it's a little tight at the pillion seat, and it's a bit hard to reach at the flush pillion grip at the bottom of the seat. We tried that. My wife sat on it, as you can see, and it's comfortable, but feels a bit tight. It feels like two giants on a bike, but well, this is a 2B bike. It's much more smaller size. But she said that the seat is comfortable, and I feel as a rider, yeah, it's very comfortable. So it's comfortable, and it's also easy to clean, and it's textured. So there's a good grip, on the seat. Okay, the next thing is pickup. I know that this is quite a common question for most riders out there. So I can say the pickup is not bad. It's not bad. I cannot compare it with my Phantom, because my Phantom was 200cc. But if compare it with FZ16, it is quite close. So I did some video of me picking up, so you can roughly see how my pickup is. And for the fuel consumption part, okay, yes, that's why I told you I will be revving quite a lot, because I'm trying to see if I am those rev heavy rider, how much fuel can I save? I just got back from ZONTES showroom and I'll be testing ZONTES 155. As you can see, I have a full tank over here and this bike has only run 12.9 click. So I'll be having this bike for a week and let's see how it performs. Alright, tomorrow I'm going to send back the ZONTES 155 and this is the result of the end of the week. I run up to 162.5 click from 12.9 and you can see that it is not even at the half tank mark. This is how the fuel consumption is when I heavy rev. So if I just normally ride up to 5 to 6k of RPM, around maybe 4 to 5, then it will be, of course, the fuel consumption is way better. But because I'll be revving up to 8 to 9, so this is what you get. The ZONTES 155 has two modes. One is Eco mode and one is Sports mode. But I have been running on the Sports mode all the while because the Eco mode, not really much power compared to Sports mode, but you can try the Eco mode and Sports mode and feel for yourself. One of the features that I love most is the hazard light button. So that is also one of the things I added on my Phantom last time because it doesn't come with it. And I find this is one of the best safety features, especially in Singapore. So when we are actually learning riding, last time, I'm not sure about now because it's been a while, when I'm taking my 2B, whenever we have to stop one side, we actually left signal and we slow down and brake. But in normal riding situation, drivers behind you, when they see a left signal, they won't expect you to stop. They're expecting you to actually go forward and turn left. So some of them, they might be turning left at the same time, but you want to stop. So in the end, there might be a bit of miscommunication and there might be a rear-end situation on that, rear-end accident. So I find that this is a very good feature and is a very important safety feature. So I really hope that all 2B bikes out there to add this feature in because I find that this is really useful. So in conclusion, I find that this bike is a good new rider bike and I see that it is also one of a good option for delivery riders. I think that this will actually help in terms of fuel economy. Okay, so there you have it. This is just a few things that I want to share to wrap it up. And if you want to see my works, you can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is right below here. And see you in my next video.